This is On Point with Miss Britt, and I am bringing you the NFL Divisional Round recap. Um, Obviously, we have some things to talk about. The Giants specifically ruined my birthday. Well, not really ruined my birthday, but it was not a good way to start off my birthday because my birthday was on Tuesday. But it's all right. I still had a good birthday, but they could have did something better. But we're going to get into that. I'm going to get into the games by order. So we're going to start off with Saturday, the Chiefs versus the Jaguars. All right, so Patrick Mahomes, he suffered a high ankle sprain late in the first half. He had already thrown a touchdown pass to Travis Kelce in the first quarter. And I know with him being out of the game, it messed up all y'all's parlays. But Mahomes, he threw for 195 yards and had 2 touchdowns during the game. So backup Chad Henne, he was put in and he led a 98-yard drive where he threw a 1-yard pass to Kelce with 3:54 left in the half and put the Chiefs up 17-7. Then the Jags came back and kicked a last-minute field goal to bring the score within 7. So during halftime, they gave Mahomes an X-ray, and the X-ray came back negative, and he really pushed for him to go back on the field. He was like, "I'm good, let's do this." So he returned the second half, and late in the fourth quarter, he led a 75-yard drive where he hit Marquez Valdez-Scantling with a 6-yard pass into the end zone, bringing the score 27-17. The Jags, they tried to rally back, but ended up kicking a 48-yard field goal with 25 seconds left. They attempted an onside kick, but the Chiefs recovered, which ended the game, and the score was 27-20. Jacksonville's quarterback Trevor Lawrence, he finished throwing for 217 yards and a touchdown pass to Christian Kirk. Travis Etienne, he added 62 yards rushing and a touchdown. And the Chiefs are making their 5th straight AFC Championship game, where they will play the Bengals, which I'm going to recap that game in a minute. So we got another rematch, and this shall be interesting because right now the Bengals got the Chiefs number, and but the Bengals still, they can't sleep on them. All right, the next game, Eagles versus Giants. Now this is what blows my mind. So the first time we played the Eagles during the season, we were facing some injuries. We didn't have all of our starters. We had an injury problem, and they did blow us out. Second time we played them, we took all of our starters out so we could rest them, and it wasn't as bad as a blowout. So I'm thinking, okay, third time's a charm. At least, we got all of our starters back. We about to do something. But all y'all had was to score 1 touchdown. I'm not understanding. Y'all know how the Eagles are. So what was the exact game plan? Y'all know how they come in. So I'm not understanding what the game plan was. If y'all would have played how y'all played against the Vikings, we probably would have had a chance. I'm thinking y'all gonna come out swinging. So the Eagles, they scored on their first drive with a 16-yard pass to Dallas Goedert. And the Giants, they didn't have no answer for that. Then Jalen Hurts threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for a score in the first half as the Eagles pulled away. So that's when I knew that it was over. The Eagles had 268 yards on the ground, which resulted in 3 rushing touchdowns. And the Giants, we were only able to score 1 time. Matt Breida, he had an 8-yard touchdown run. And Jalen Hurts, he finished for 16-24 for 254 yards passing. And they beat the Eagles beat the Giants 38-7. So, to be honest, I'm actually proud that we made it this far and we actually won a playoff game. Because nobody expected us to have a winning record or to make the playoffs, and we did both. Or to win a playoff game, and we did both. So I'm cool with that. We good. We got a promising season. We got to do some reworking in the off season, though. We need to get some receivers out there and some DBs. All right. So Philly will host the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. All right, Sunday we had the Bengals versus Bills, and this was Damar Hamlin's return to Orchard Park to cheer on the Bills. And it was snowing like crazy. It was like a winter wonderland. It was snowing so hard you couldn't even see Damar Hamlin. And plus, when he got to the stadium, his face was covered up. It was kind of irritating every time they pointed the camera to him. I'm like, what am I looking at? But they said that was him. They said he was in there, so I'm just going to trust and believe what they said. So prior to this game, the NFL had began selling tickets, about 50,000 or so, began selling tickets for Atlanta for the Bills to play against Kansas City. And that lit a fire in the Bengals because, like, that's disrespectful. So the Bengals scored on first two possessions, leading 14-0. Burrow completed his first 9 passes for 105 yards. Jamar Chase had a 28-yard touchdown catch, followed by Burrow's 15-yard pass to Hayden Hurst. I knew it was about to be a wrap after that. And then the Bills, they couldn't get their offense going. The defense couldn't stop Burrow in the offense. I knew it was a wrap. Bengals never trailed. Joe Mixon scored on a 1-yard run. Evan McPherson made field goals from the 20 for 20 yards and 28 yards. And Cincinnati advances to consecutive AFC Championship games for the first time in franchise history. Just like I said, Josh Allen, he couldn't get the offense going. And Stephon Diggs, he was visibly upset on the sideline. And then after the game, he pretty much stormed out of the locker room. They had to get him to go back, but he pretty much was over. He was done. So the Bengals ended up winning 27-10. Now, I hope the Bengals don't sleep on the Chiefs and they come ready just because they got, they're up on them and the Chiefs can't seem to get past them. I hope they don't sleep on them. I hope they really come hard because I think the Bengals have a legit good chance of taking it all this year. And you can see the fire in their eyes. I just hope all those distractions, Eli Apple keeps his mouth shut for now on, because I just saw that tweet the other day, like, come on, man. And then y'all sitting up here saying Burrowhead, like, come on, man. Y'all don't light a fire in the Chiefs. Don't do it. Just stick to the plan and keep it moving. Now, Sunday night, the 49ers versus Cowboys. So Dallas's defense is the one that kept them in the game because offensively they were struggling. So Dak Prescott is back to his old self. He threw for 2 interceptions. The kicker, Brett Mayer, his extra point got blocked. This man cannot he can't live. Like last week, he missed 4 extra points. This week, the extra point got blocked, but it looked like he was going to miss it anyway, so did it really matter? But for some reason, he can make field goals. He made 2 field goals, a 25-yard and a 43-yard, and the only touchdown Dallas had was in the first quarter to Dalton Schultz. It was a 4-yard pass. So 49ers kicker Robbie Gould, he kicked 3 field goals in the first half, and the 49ers' only touchdown was when Brock Purdy threw that long 30-yard pass to George Kittle, and that ended up in a Christian McCaffrey 2-yard touchdown run, putting the 49ers ahead 16-9. Dallas was able to kick a field goal to bring the game within 4, but then the 49ers kicked another field goal, bringing the score to 19-12, and now Dallas was only behind a touchdown. So Dallas, they tried to rally back with the clock winding down, and they got to the last play, which was 6 seconds left. And in true Dallas fashion, for some reason, they always end the game with the funniest thing ever. Like, I think they really might be cursed because last year, they ran out of time on the clock. This year, they still wasn't paying attention to the clock. Got down to 6 seconds to call a timeout. Dak ended up throwing a short pass of 8 yards to Turpin, and the game was over. But the thing that got me the most was Ezekiel Elliott at center. And as soon as they snapped the ball, he got ran over. I'm just like, Dallas just can't win. And so the Cowboys lost for a record 7th straight time in the divisional round and have failed to make it to the NFC Championship game since winning their 5th Super Bowl the following 1995 season. And this is the 49ers' second straight NFC title game after losing to the Rams last year, and they will face the Eagles. 49ers win 19-12, and Dallas, you will be joining us on the couch watching the championship game just like us at home. And like I said, I feel like all four teams that have advanced got something to prove. So this is going to be a very interesting weekend to play. And I can't wait to see who's going to come out with it. So I want to hear y'all's thoughts. Who y'all think is going to advance to the Super Bowl? And who do y'all think is going to win the Super Bowl? And me personally, if the Bengals stop chirping and they focus, I believe they can win it all. And with that being said, make sure you follow my Instagram and YouTube on_pointsports614. Also like and subscribe. And I will see y'all next week. And with that being said, I'm out.